Hi guys, what's going on? This is John from Speak English with John, and on to this everyday English lesson, we are looking at preferences in English. Preferences are simply what we enjoy or like doing. Prefer and would prefer means to like or want someone or something more than someone or something else. We choose one thing between different options. We can use prefer in three different forms. Please keep watching. Here is the first form, to prefer something to something else. What this means is to like or want something more than something else. So we see a choice here, right? Because a choice must be made by choosing one thing between different options. Let's see an example. I prefer football to basketball. So what the speaker is simply saying is, I like football more than basketball by choosing one thing between different options. I prefer football to basketball. She prefers tea to coffee. You may notice we added s to prefer. That's because of the subject, she. For he, she, it, we add s to prefer. He prefers. She prefers, it prefers, right? As in the example below. She prefers tea to coffee. So what the speaker is simply saying is, I like tea more than coffee, right? So simply put, you prefer something or someone to something or someone else. And here is the second structure, to prefer to do something rather than do something else. What this simply means is all about actions. You would do something instead of something else. Linda prefers to stay at home rather than go to the cinema tonight. From this example, we can clearly see that Linda chooses to stay at home instead of going to the cinema tonight. So she prefers to do something, which is her action of staying at home, rather than do something else, which was to go to the cinema tonight, right? They prefer to drive rather than go by bus. Again, you can clearly see from this example that the subject, they, choose to drive instead of going by bus. So you prefer to do something rather than do something else. And here is the third form, to prefer doing something to doing something else. What this simply means is all about actions. You would do something instead of doing something else. You may notice a slight difference between this form and the previous form. We've added ing to the verb do, doing. So with this form, we add ing to the verbs, to prefer doing something to doing something else. Here are some examples. I prefer drinking tea to drinking coffee. We prefer jogging to running. They prefer driving to going by bus. So from these examples, we can clearly see that the speakers like or want something more than something else. And don't forget, with this structure, we add ing to the verbs. I prefer drinking tea to drinking coffee. And here's another learner's question. What is the difference between would prefer and prefer? We can use would prefer and prefer to mean the same thing. However, the only difference is that we cannot use verb ing after would prefer, but we can use verb ing after prefer. So we can see that the difference is clear, right? I would prefer football to basketball. I prefer drinking tea to drinking coffee. So from these examples, we can clearly see that we're simply distinguishing the difference between would prefer and prefer. Again, remember, we cannot use verb ing after would prefer, but we can use verb ing after prefer to express preferences in English. Preferences are simply what we enjoy or like doing. And now let's see some contractions. A contraction is simply a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. Let's see some contractions with would. I would prefer, I'd prefer. She would prefer, she'd prefer. He would prefer, he'd prefer. They would prefer, they'd prefer, we would prefer, we'd prefer, you would prefer, you would prefer. These are all contractions, and like we said earlier, a contraction is simply a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds in English, right? I hope you found some value and learned something. If you did, I'm happy. Please show me some love by hitting that subscribe button and bell icon so you don't miss out on my weekly interactive English lessons, just like this one, to help boost your fluency, confidence, and speaking skills. This channel is all free, so it means you can copy this link and share with a friend on Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, on different forums. That will be helping this channel to grow in order to keep bringing you interactive English lessons just like this one. I will see you around soon. Thank you.